All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom, Lahab Koyim. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with a quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord wants to be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. Hey, I just wanted to hit on this quick video. All right. Um, Touching on what Spain is now calling for. You know what I'm saying? After they openly did not, they openly um, barred America from using their bases in Spain to launch an attack on Iran. You know what I'm saying? And in retaliation, Trump says, we're going to end all trade with Spain. You know what I'm saying? Like a petulant child, he pretty much is acting. And this is, like I say all the time, man. This, and as we say among the brotherhood, there's nobody that could have done this. Nobody better that could have done this. It had to have been Trump. You see what I'm saying? He's so impulsive. He's so he's so he's so willing to just act on his emotions in the spur of the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like a child. All right. He has just the right amount of dementia. He has just the right amount. You know what I'm saying? That gets him to say the dumbest shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let this video play. You know what I'm saying? This is Irene Montero, and she's calling for Spain to withdraw from NATO, saying that the U.S. and Israel pose the main threats to global stability. Everyone is realizing what the problem is, man. As the scriptures say in Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Let me get that real quick. Slakia. All right. It's perfect. Jeremiah chapter 49. All right. Jeremiah 49 and verse 20. It reads, "Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them." You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going on, man. All these nations are realizing that Israel is the problem, and where there is Israel, there is America. You see what I'm saying? And so they have to withdraw from this NATO alliance because it's now become a toxic relationship. You see what I'm saying? Because there is no benefit in being in this alliance. Not for UK, not for Germany, not for Spain, not for Denmark. You see what I'm saying? So on and so forth. All these NATO countries are realizing that this place is not reliable. This place is this place America is run by complete corruption. You know what I'm saying? How is it that Trump is able to do all the things that he's doing? He's overriding the Constitution. He's overriding the Congress. He's overriding the court systems. He's doing whatever he wants to do, and nobody in the Congress or the judiciary system is stopping. You see what I'm saying? Not even the American people. You see what I'm saying? There was a Marine sergeant that just got booted out of a Congress room. You know what I'm saying? While he was in uniform, and while they was rushing him out, they broke his hand. They broke his hand getting him out of there. As his hand got caught in the door, they broke it. You know what I'm saying? They did this to a U.S. veteran. They did this to a United States veteran, and the world is watching this. The world is seeing this. Okay? And what did I say just last year? Okay? I said that the world is going to be watching what this administration, what this dictatorship does to its own citizens. I said that these nations are going to be watching and they're going to be appalled at what they see. And so now the world is realizing that America is on a leash. And who holds that leash are these Amalekites. Okay, so all these nations are realizing that they got to get up out of this thing, man. They got to stop being connected to this failing system known as America. All right, and as this whole war, Salakia, all right, as this whole war is continuing to wage on, okay, people are realizing, nations are realizing, allies are realizing that there's a lot of false flags that's taking place here by the hands of America's number one ally. You see what I'm saying? South Korea is realizing that this place America can no longer be trusted. They're taking their own weapon systems that was meant to defend South Korea. They're taking it from those installations and bringing it over to the so-called Middle East. You know what I'm saying? In order to defend the Amalekites. You see? In order to use against Iran. So now South Korea is unprotected. You see how that works? They are losing allies with this. Saudi Arabia just captured 2 Mossad agents trying to set up a bomb. Okay? It's just come out now that that it was the Amalekites who bombed Aramco. Okay? It's coming out now that that it wasn't Iran that struck against the Turks. Okay? Turkey was struck by Israel. You know what I'm saying? They were struck by the Amalekites. UK, all right, a British installation was struck by these Amalekites, okay, and blamed on Iran. So all of these false flags is taking place, and the people are realizing this pattern. They're noticing this pattern because these small hats want to drag everyone into the war. If they can get these NATO nations to enact Article 5, then all NATO countries will come into the fray to attack Iran. You see what I'm saying? And so it's just going to show that this alliance is not in their best interest, because it's to the understanding of all these NATO countries that that Article 5 would be enacted in the course of defense, not offense. You see what I'm saying? Iran didn't hit anybody. Iran didn't attack anybody. All of this initiated during peace talks. You see what I'm saying? So why should all these NATO countries come to the defense of the aggressor? That makes them complicit in the aggression. You see how that works? So let's listen in. I've spoken enough. Salakia.
Crítica que el propio gobierno está reconociendo que ser aliados de Estados Unidos nos pone en serio peligro, porque Estados Unidos e Israel son en este momento las principales amenazas para la seguridad y para la estabilidad de la humanidad. Están bombardeando los países que les da la gana por petróleo, por el control de las rutas comerciales, por el control de las posiciones militares geoestratégicas, y por tanto le Decimos a la ciudadanía que en nuestra opinión sigue siendo urgente salir de la OTAN ya, formar parte de esa alianza militar que tiene como jefe a Donald Trump a Estados Unidos, nos está poniendo en peligro, nos está convirtiendo en un objetivo militar, y creemos también que el gobierno tiene que actuar de inmediato para topar el precio de la energía, para topar el precio de los alimentos, de productos de primera necesidad, de medicinas, ante un posible incremento de esos precios, y también volver a poner todo el transporte público completamente gratuito para prevenir y para anticiparse a una situación difícil y que desde luego las invasiones de Trump no las paguen los pueblos.
There you go.
Estamos en una situación crítica que el propio gobierno.
There you go. And she's right. She is right. And they're all pretty much being used as cannon fodder right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they see, yo, none of this should be happening. None of this should be happening. All right. America's just attacking whoever it pleases. All right. Just for the sake of attacking them. You know what I'm saying? Now with 9/11, you know what I'm saying? That was a different story because, well, you know, according to the official story, America was attacked. You see what I'm saying? And so that was the justification for war. There was a declaration. Congress declared war. You see what I'm saying? Everything was done constitutionally. Nothing is being done by the books. Nothing is being done constitutionally. Everything is being done on a whim. There's no clear objective. There's no clear goal. Everything is at the behest of the least of the flock. You see what I'm saying? Everything is at the behest of the least of the flock. So it says we are in a critical situation, which the government itself is acknowledging. Being allies of the United States puts us in serious danger because the U.S. and Israel are currently the main threats to security and for the stability of humanity. They are bombing whichever countries they please for oil, for control of trade, routes for control of military positions. All right, geostrategic, and therefore we tell the public that in our opinion, it remains urgent to leave NATO now, to be part of that military alliance that has, to be part of that military alliance that has as the leader of Donald Trump in the United States. He is putting us in danger because you got to remember, all right, the beast is NATO and the EU. Okay, and who rides that beast? It's what? It's the whore. The whore is Babylon the Great, aka America. You see what I'm saying? And as it says in Revelation chapter 17, okay, was it verse 16? The beast shall hate the whore. And that is exactly what's happening. The beast is hating the whore. Let me read that real quick. All right. Revelation, let's start at Revelation chapter 17. And let's start at verse 15. It says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. You see what I'm saying? America was the superpower that told all the nations what to do. All right, if you do something that America doesn't like, prepare to receive democracy. You see what I'm saying? Prepare for the eagle to show up at your doorstep. Okay? And all of that is what has led to this. Verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You see? All right, and I'm going to end this off in the book of Isaiah chapter 33. All right, but continuing on, she says, United States is putting us in danger and is making us a military target. And we also believe that the government, it must act immediately to cap the price of energy, to cap the price of food and basic necessities, of medicines, in the face of a possible increase in those prices, and also return to make all public transport completely free to prevent and to anticipate a difficult situation, and that of course invasions. The people shouldn't pay for Trump's mistakes, and that is absolutely 100% correct, man. The people should not pay for Trump's mistakes. And everyone is about to pay the heavy price, man. They cut off that Strait of Hormuz, and if it stays down, we're already starting to see gas prices increasing. You see what I'm saying? We're already seeing that thing, man. Okay. You know, what's going on? They don't have the THAAD systems. You know what I'm saying? They're running out of missiles. They're running out of defense systems. You see what I'm saying? They're running out of munitions. And now they're asking Ukraine for help. Ukraine, of all people. Now they're asking them for help. Trump got on the phone. This is unbelievable. But they're going on Fox News. They're going on Fox News giving you a rose-colored glasses story, telling you that everything is beautiful, everything is wonderful. We're winning, all right? We'll be out of there in a week. That's not going to happen, you see? And meanwhile, prices will continue to rise, okay? This is going to be a catastrophe that's going to break the whole economy, the world economy. You see what I'm saying? As this drags on. You see what I'm saying? As this continues to drag on, it's going to cause some major, major pain economically around the world. You see what I'm saying? And now they're sitting here talking about we're going to need boots on the ground. They're even calling on the Kurds, trying to arm the Kurds and send them over into Iran. All right, so to send them into Iran would be terrible. It would be devastating. All right? And also, these Kurds are not happy with you for constantly double crossing them. Okay? So eventually, Babylon the Great, aka America, will be betrayed, and they're losing allies by the day with this conflict. They're losing allies by the day. You see what I'm saying? This is just a big mess. And it's going to get worse. So, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, that belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.